4 minutes until showtime. 3 minutes until showtime. 2 minutes until showtime. 1 minute until showtime. 'Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Insurrection, obstruction, indictments, civilly liable for sexual abuse. The one man responsible for all that could be sitting in a prison cell on election day and still be elected commander-in-chief for these United States. That man is beholden to Putin, weakened NATO the last time around, and is currently tying himself to wealthy Saudi oil money. He enriched himself when government stayed at his properties. He campaigned on wanting to use government to go after his political rivals and wants to expand executive power. If Donald Trump is re-elected, our nation is lost. So let's roll up our sleeves, get to work, and tell the MAGA folks no more before it's too late. And welcome back to Liberal Dan Radio, talk from the left, that's right. This is your host, Dan Zimmerman, coming at you from New Orleans, Louisiana, with a special teaser Monday episode of Liberal Dan Radio. Why am I doing a special teaser episode? Well, for two reasons. A, when I do eventually get to 1,000 subscriptions, we will be doing a Monday episode every Monday, and because it will be helping to get the number of hours streamed over a 12-month period up, so I'll be able to get monetized. And then once we get there, we'll also be co-streaming to Twitch, which means we'll be, dual streaming as well. And in order to get monetized on Twitch, we need to be able to do it at least 2 times a week. So that's one thing. And the second thing is I wanted to be able to try and troubleshoot and fix any of my audio problems that were going on in the past week now in a live show to make sure that when we have Tara Dublin on Wednesday, someone who Hal had on last week, that everything goes off without a hitch and that we can have everything working correctly, including getting the phones working right. And I think I may have solved that one as well. I think I actually have my machine working well as well. Like if I do the Aaron horn, watch your eardrums. It doesn't sound like it's being like muffled or duplicated, which is good. And
it is what it is.
There you go. So we can hear both of those things and it sounds right. Let's see if I can play any of my soundboard sounds. Now let me know. I'm going to play one of my Fat Man Rant clips, just the 30-second clip from it. And I want you all to let me know if this sounds okay or not, if this comes through okay, if you can hear it properly or not. We're going to test that out as well. Hold on. There we go. Florida History Standards, in its attempt to erase all the negatives from American history, now wants teachers to include how slavery benefited the enslaved people. Even if one was to twist and distort the truth into some bizarre way that makes it even remotely true, all that does is teach children that the ends justify the means, which is a horrible lesson, but obviously one conservatives would love to teach, because to politicians, that's conservatism 101. What's next? Are we going to teach kids that the Holocaust benefited us Jewish people? All right. So everybody who's watching right now on YouTube, how did that sound? Did that come through clearly? Did you hear it clearly? Was it low? Did that sound fine? I know I have about a 30-second delay-ish or so. It seems to be a longer delay than normal. I don't know why, but it seems to be about a 30-second delay, so I'll have to kill some time waiting for an answer in the chat as we wait for it to propagate through the stream, through the interwebs, as some people would say. It's low. Okay. So that's not fixed, but it's fine. I didn't necessarily expect that to be totally fixed. Now, if I play... Let me see if I can play it from here. If I play it from... Did the other intro clip play fine? Like the before it's too late, like the other opening intro, was that loud enough, or was that also low? Let me go ahead and see if I play my fourth Chopper City ad, if I play that directly from my desktop and not from Blog Talk Radio. Let's see how that works. Let's see how that sounds directly.
Well, dog, Liberal Dan Chopper City is back with another amazing deal for you. We've cut prices on all of last year's models, and in light of the recent Jason Aldean controversy, if you live in a town with a population under 50,000 and buy any of our models, we'll throw in a dozen bags of potatoes and a 10-gallon jug of cooking oil. We're calling it the Fry That in a Small Town Special. Hurry before supplies run out. So come down to Liberal Dan Chopper City and buy you a chopper today. Liberal Dan Chopper City is a fictional establishment, and according to my oldest son, French fries are a gift.
Oh, I think I found the setting. Okay. Because I think it might have gotten better there at the end. So let's try my Fat Man Rant clip again. Y'all are just helping me troubleshoot at this point. We'll talk about some issues in a second, but we're gonna do the Fat Man rant clip again. But now I think I just found the setting that I was looking for in my sound settings, and maybe this will be the issue that fix it. Let's do the Fat Man rant clip again with this. Florida History Standards, in its attempt to erase all the negatives from American history, now wants teachers to include how slavery benefited the enslaved people. Even if one was to twist and distort the truth into some bizarre way that makes it even remotely true, all that does is teach children that the ends justify the means, which is a horrible lesson, but obviously one conservatives would love to teach, because to politicians, that's conservatism 101. What's next? Are we going to teach kids that the Holocaust benefited us Jewish people? All right, so how did that sound? Was that better than before, or was it the same as before? I feel like I'm at the eye doctor, like changing the eye thing, like better, worse, better, worse, better, worse. Trying to adjust the vision, except it's on the hearing, and it's just with my audio settings. I know this is thrilling radio right now. This isn't what you'll get every Monday night. Trust me. This is just me trying to make sure that I have the radio working fine, and I figured it would be better, but still low. Okay, that's fair enough. I probably just need to upload it one more smidge. I don't know if that might be too loud. This might be better. Florida History Standards, in its attempt to erase all the negatives from American history, now wants teachers to include how slavery benefited the enslaved people. Even if one was to twist and distort the truth into some bizarre way that makes it even remotely true, all that does is teach children that the ends justify the means, which is a horrible lesson, but obviously one conservatives would love to teach, because to politicians, that's conservatism 101. What's next? Are we going to teach kids that the Holocaust benefited us Jewish people? I think that might be the key, because making the sound on the Blog Talk radio clip be a little bit higher as well. I think hopefully that will be the end of it. Now, the next thing is I need a volunteer. That's the next thing would be I need one volunteer just to do something for me. It helps if I type correctly. It really helps if I type correctly. 91480, because the phone number for the show is 914-803-4131. So I need somebody to call the show. I could do it myself, but it's not going to be the best test if I do it. I basically just need somebody to call the show and just to see if they can hear me when I say hello to them, and not just if we can hear them. So I didn't say hello to Alarasia or Bill. So hello, Alarasia. Hello, Bill. Thank you for joining. I don't know if I responded to Robert in the chat, but hello to Robert. Hello to Jolie, one half of the awesome mod squad. Who else is aboard? MJ Daniels also here. I think my wife is currently swimming in the pool, therefore I can't draft her into giving me a hand at the moment. I don't know, maybe she got out of the pool. I did hear the door open or close, but I don't know if that was just somebody letting the puppy in, or if that was just her doing it. Any volunteers? Anyone? Bueller?
It is what it is.
Thank you, Donald. So how about that fight in was it Alabama, Montgomery? I still have yet to actually see the whole thing yet, but apparently the memes that are coming out of it are amazing, and I need to go look into that some more. I was rather busy all weekend trying to deal with a whole bunch of stuff. Personally, I went and bought a new washing machine because my other washing machine broke just after the 10-year warranty ran out. Of course, it's like they know. So Alarasia, been in hospital since Thursday. Blood pressure very high. Trying to get it down and regulated. I hope you feel better, Alarasia. It's one of the things that always surprises the doctors and nurses specifically whenever I go to the doctor for my regular checkups is they look at me and they see me being a man of larger size and stature, and they'll see, and then they'll do my blood pressure and they'll look at it and they'll look at me and they'll be like, let me do this again. I want to do this again. I want to make sure that this is right. No, my blood pressure is usually this good, but I do hope you feel better. I do hope that I do hope that you can get the blood pressure under control. Let's see. Let me see if I can draft my wife. You call the podcast 914 803 4131. Apparently the neighbor has somebody else weed eating the lawn back in the back, and like apparently she's weeding the hell out of everything and hitting every board. So to see if... Hey, there's my wife on the line. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay, I fixed the problem. Last week, nobody could hear me when they called in, so I troubleshooted the problem. I troubleshot the problem. I did some troubleshooting on the problem, and I figured it out. Imagine that. The IT guy could actually figure out that...
Somebody's getting shot up out here.
Somebody's getting what?
Shot up out here, and it's called the fence.
Oy. I hope it lasts the weed eating. A bunch of novices back there. I hear it. Like, I hear it all the way up here. I hear every time they hit the fence, I hear it. So there is my lovely wife and her beautiful, wonderful laugh, everyone. I only have 5 viewers at the moment, so it was a surprise show. No one was expecting the Spanish Inquisition or this, so but so yay. Thank you, my love. I love you.
I love too. Hey, plug my new group.
Yes, we have you plug your group. What's the name of it again?
Gluten-Free Crescent City.
Gluten-Free Crescent City. It's a new group. We need some new members to bump up the membership. It's a new gluten-free group in New Orleans because the old one's going away because the person who ran the old group is weird.
It went away.
It's gone now? It's gone for good? It's officially disappeared?
She archived it.
Oh, okay. Lovely.
Dumb.
Yeah, for some reason she decided that she didn't want to do a Facebook group anymore. She wants to do like an old style like bulletin board, message board website thing. And I'm like, why? But it doesn't make any sense. But, you know.
It is
Oh,
what
wait,
it
you
is.
can't hear that one. I have to play this one for you to hear it.
It is what it is.
Thank you, Donald. Okay. Oh, apparently the sound call is very low from you. I can hear you fine, but they can't hear you. Okay, let me do one thing real quick. Let me unplug this, and then I'm going to change this. Talk some more.
I hear you fine. I hear you fine, though.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Crap. I think you can hear me, but I can't hear you because I just changed a setting.
Did you hear that burp?
Now I'm just hearing you on the desktop. Say something again.
Hey, Blanche.
So now I'm hearing you on there.
I can hear myself.
Yeah, I can hear you, and you're not coming through my headphones, but you're coming through the... Oh, that's because you're on this thing, not that thing. Hold on. Let me switch that again. All right, now say it again.
Say hey, Blanche again.
What do you want me to say?
Just
hey, Blanche.
anything. So now I want to see if the call sound is better now that I've taken you off. Now that I've unplugged my soundboard, just to see if you sound better. Now, okay, it sounds better now that I've removed my soundboard. Apparently the soundboard that I got from the free group is crap. Shocking. I know.
Shocked,
I say. Shocked.
Oh, it even lights up the little temperature thing.
Yeah,
I
no.
Fanciness.
I know. That was from the free group too, so you win some, you lose some.
Mm-hmm.
And as old Donald boy says,
It is what it is.
thank you, Donald. Anyway, so, anywho, anything else you'd like to say to my wonderful audience? Jolie says hi, by the way. One of the mod squad says hi.
Hi.
Okay. You still swimming?
I am.
Okay.
I'm about to get out.
Okay.
I need to go do some work.
Okay. Like work?
Yeah, because I'm going to leave early tomorrow to go to a movie.
Oh, that's right. Fun. Well, you have a good rest of your swim and good work. And thank you very much for helping me troubleshoot my podcast.
You're welcome, my love.
All right, have a good one.
Anything for you.
Oh, so sweet. Love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Liberal Cassie, ladies and gentlemen. So, all right, so that sound was better. So let me play this one more time and see if this sounds better.
Florida History Standards, in its attempt to erase all the negatives from American history, now wants teachers to include how slavery benefited the enslaved people. Even if one was to twist and distort the truth into some bizarre way that makes it even remotely true, all that does is teach children that the ends justify the means, which is a horrible lesson, but obviously one conservatives would love to teach, because to politicians, that's conservatism 101. What's next? Are we going to teach kids that the Holocaust benefited us Jewish people?
Anyway, I think the problem is, honestly, is that the sound coming off of Blog Talk Radio is not as good as the sound that would be coming off of other things, like off of Twitch or off of like the input from my gaming stream when I do the gaming stream stuff, or when I do Tuesdays and Thursday stuff. So I think that is the issue. You know, I think so, because the sound quality is not as great coming off of Blog Talk Radio. I think that's why I think that's why when it then goes through the mixer, it then just, by going through another device, it's just getting either distorted or some other way just degrading in quality, just because it's going through another device and then having to go through another cable or whatever. So, and it's probably not the best cable either. So between all of that, it's probably just degrading the signal some, and as such, not making it as good as it could be when it finally gets through to go back out to the internet and out to YouTube. So I think the best bet is to just make sure that if I want the It Is What It Is button, to just use the It Is What It Is button on here, and not just not use the rest of my little buttons for my soundboard on the podcast. If I want other buttons, I just have to upload those sounds up on this soundboard and make them readily available. If I want everybody who's listening on Blog Talk Radio to be able to hear them as well.
It is what it is.
Thank you, Donald. Anywho, and Henry is sitting here impatiently waiting for me to be finished, because he wants to be able to scream and curse when he's playing his game. and flip all, you know, you can flip the game off all you want. Nobody can hear you flipping the game off, but you just can't yell through the podcast. So I mean, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't expecting more, a lot of people to show up, considering the fact that nobody expects me to be on a Monday night. So, but I'm very happy that I was able to get somebody to actually hear me because the problem was for some reason Chrome set the default audio to be my headset microphone instead of the podcast microphone, and I mute my headset microphone because I don't use it, because the Rode Podcaster microphone is a much better quality microphone, and as such it gives me much better sound. That's why I use this instead of this. So that's why, but when for some reason Chrome was like, okay, we're gonna say that your default is the headset microphone, and that's why the people couldn't hear me when it was going through into Blog Talk Radio. So that was the fix. So, shocker of all shockers, the person who has a computer science degree was able to figure all that stuff out. I mean, I'm almost eating the mic. I'm like right here. The mic's literally here. Like, if the mic was any closer, it would be in camera. So, I'm almost eating the mic. Like, this would be my mouth on top of the mic. I'm pretty much eating the mic as it is. So, hey, Egolf Twitler, what's up? Good to see you. Although this isn't going to be, this isn't going to be a very long show, I am doing a teaser just because of the fact that you could see me on every Monday if I got 1,000 subscribers. I just don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. So it's, at this point, since I'm not monetized, it's not worth it for me to put in the work and effort to do 2 shows a week. Now, some might argue if you did put in the work and effort to do 2 shows a week, then maybe you would get the 1,000 subscribers. There's an argument for that to be made, but I'm thinking that the work and the effort is better suited making other videos that are not live, that people can watch and share, that are shorter form, that people might be able to watch and share and everything like that. But the what was I going to say? Not this week, because this week Tara Dublin is the guest again. And we're going to talk about all sorts of stuff with Tara. She's a fellow member of the tribe, a fellow leftist person who, doesn't like Donald Trump and everything. She was on Hal's podcast. We'll be talking all sorts of issues. We'll be talking about the book that she wants to get published, all that good stuff. We will, I think maybe the week afterwards, I might consider starting to do a show of reactions that will go on and do be like a show that I chop up and just be a collection of reaction videos, kind of like what Hal does. But this is going to be in my my Fighting Toxic Masculinity series, where I deal with some of these folks, and I'm going to deal with, first I'm going to go with the men, like the so-called alpha males, and how they, have these toxic views of relationships. Like, one of these videos, for some reason, all of these videos started coming onto my feed before I started watching them and researching them and saving them so that I could have things to review. And now that I've started doing that, now even more of them are coming across my feed. Ugh. It's tough. It's hard. There's some of these are hard watches because some of these people are just ugh. But one of the things, like the guy was making this point where he wouldn't want his girlfriend or his wife or whatever having other guy friends because he would be concerned that, how do I put this with like kid in the room? He would be concerned that those other men would be trying to her. And I'm sitting here like, aren't you supposed to be a so-called alpha male? Aren't you supposed to be the kind of guy that is, the dominant one? Why are you afraid of that? Why would you be afraid of anybody wanting to go after your girlfriend or wife if you're a so-called alpha? If you're a so-called dominant individual, if you're such a good catch, a good specimen of somebody, supposedly, wouldn't you be able to, trust that your partner wouldn't? Oh, I'm sorry. If you say partner, you're a beta cuck. according to these people. Wouldn't you be able to trust that the individual that you're dating would not stray and would not violate the terms of your relationship? But no, they have to have the complete control, because they really are not dominant folks. They're really sad and pathetic, and they don't have any feelings of self-worth, and they feel like they're not good enough to be able to keep somebody by themselves, which is why they have to gaslight their partners into believing that they are better than what they really are, because and they have to brainwash and gaslight them into thinking that if that, well, how could you do better than me? It's basically abuse. It's emotional and abuse, and they're taking advantage of these people and making them think. And then there are these women on these videos, and there's this one in particular who will probably get her own playlist, because there's a lot by this woman named Pearl, and she's just, if you heard the term pick me, just, ooh, she's like taking the Ann Coulter stance that women shouldn't be able to vote. She's taken all these stances that, like, all sorts of oddball crap. Anyway, it's just bizarre, all this. And she, like, makes excuses. She doesn't believe that there should be equality. She uses the term, well, go be equal. I'll tackle that one as well, and why it's silly. You're like, well, why don't you go work? Why aren't there women working in construction? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because, well, there are some, but maybe because women have been steered away from those fields for, the entirety of humanity. So that's why women aren't working in those fields. It's your confusing cause and effect. Your maybe putting the cart before the horse, and all the other terms that you could use to explain why your arguments are illogical and irrational. But at the end of the day, I don't know if she's really being that serious and she believes all that stuff, or if she's just trying to say all that stuff just to hitch her wagon onto these so-called alpha people, just to be able to make a buck and be able to get good ratings or whatever. And maybe that's what I'm trying to do a little bit too. Maybe I'm trying to get the other side of it and be able to, like, oh, I'm going to get all these people and all these views and all these people coming to my channels just to engage. And maybe I might get some toxic people. I don't know. We'll see.
It is what it is.
Thank you, Donald. But one of the other things I was watching in the video she made was like, she was like fat shaming this guy who, like, he was, poor guy is, like, I don't know, hasn't had much luck dating or whatever, and like calling him fat, criticizing him for living in the parents' basement and whatever. I mean, that's a typical conservative attack I've gotten. Like, oh, you live in your parents' basement, because I sometimes make TikTok videos from my living room, and my living room has some flowery curtains, and that I bought for my wife. So I brought my wife on one of my videos, and I was like, hey, this is my wife. We don't live with my mother. This is my wife, and she likes these curtains, and that's why I bought them for her. But they're being terrible fat shamers when it comes to attacking this poor guy who hasn't had any much success dating, and trying to criticize him for being overweight. And maybe if he lost weight, he would have more success dating. Well, newsflash, when I was overweight, I've been overweight for a while, but I was maybe like 190 pounds, 195 pounds when I graduated high school. I had less success dating then than I did when I was 270, 280, almost 300. Like, I had more success dating when I was heavier. Why? Because the size had nothing to do with it. I had much more. I found confidence in myself despite being heavier. There was a series of events that just happened to give me confidence in myself, that made me feel like that made me feel that I was attractive to people, and it made me also not fear rejection as much anymore, because I kind of came to a realization some point in I think it was my sophomore year. It might have been I think it was either my sophomore year or my junior year of college. So it was probably either 95, 96 or 96, 97 when I determined that you know, there are always going to be people who are not attracted to me, and it's not their fault. It's not a criticism of me. They have every right to be not attracted to me, and that's fine. You know, it's not my fault that they're not attracted to me, and you know, there are also going to be people who are attracted to me, and so why would I get upset over somebody's, you know, just because they're not attracted to me, because they can't control who they're attracted to. So once I figured that out, I stopped fearing rejection as much. I became much more confident, and then when I became much more confident, I became much more attractive to more people, because the confidence is what attracted people in the first place. So
it is what it is.
Thank you, Donald. Anyway, so looks like we dropped a bunch of viewers. I don't know if it's just algorithms messing up or what. I don't know, but I think we've done all the testing that I need to do for the day. So I'm probably going to go ahead and end the podcast now and just do some preparations for Wednesday's podcast, which will mean that Henry can yell. Oh, hi, Dawn. Well, yeah, Henry can, once I end the podcast, Henry will be able to yell and scream and curse all he wants to at his opponents while he's playing Rocket League. So I'm sorry, Dawn, if you just showed up. But this is pretty much just a podcast for me to just do some troubleshooting and to get some people's help when trying to get this stuff all figured out. I do appreciate you coming. If you haven't liked the video, if anybody hasn't liked the video, please make sure to like it. Hey, I don't know if I said hey to Bill yet. If I did, hey. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get to, again, if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing this Monday podcast every Monday to Henry's chagrin. But you know, it'll be, once I get to 1,000, I'll be able to get monetized once I get enough views. So once I get enough views, that'll help me get more views by doing it Mondays and Wednesdays. So that if you help me get there, and the way to help me to get there is basically just help engage with some of my videos, like videos, comment on videos, share them, get your friends to subscribe. All it does is take 2 clicks of a button. Say, click this button, click this other button, help a friend out. That's all you need to do. You don't, like, your friends don't need to watch the channel. Your friends, I mean, I would love it if they did. I would love if everybody would come and watch the show. I would love if everybody came and interacted with all the videos. But all anybody has to really do is click those 2 buttons to help out. So just ask your friends to do you a solid. Just say, hey, just click these 2 buttons, help a guy out who's, you know, trying to get to 1,000 so he can make his podcast even better than it is. And worst they can say is no. Best they can say is sure, I'll help you out. I'll help this guy out. Sounds good. Especially if they want to see more leftist talk out there, because there is a extreme lack of leftist talk out there to fight the right wingers who have a plethora of talk, and we need more of us out there to fight them. We have, as I've said in one of my other videos, we have like the major leagues. You know, we have your Stephanie Millers, Tom Hartmans, you know, the people that are on like Sirius XM. We have some other folks like the Majority Report and other folks who are well-known, nationwide well-known type folks. We have your Hal Sparkses, but we have very little of a farm team. That we need more of a farm team, you know, to raise up and to build up in that sort of AA, AAA ball area that can be raised up to the majors at some point. And I mean, I'm nowhere near Major League, but I'd like to get up to AA or AAA at some point soon to be able to start getting and growing and being even better than before. So, and I can't do it without everyone's help. So again, thank y'all very much for showing up today. It was a surprise, so I didn't expect a lot of people, but the fact that y'all did means a lot to me. I appreciate it very much. Y'all are awesome as always. I will be doing again another Twitch stream tomorrow, doing probably some Fortnite, a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley, maybe some some Rocket League as well. Getting some of that done. Probably more Rocket League on Thursday, because more stuff will drop. But then Wednesday again, we're gonna have Tara Dublin on the show. We'll have her on starting at 8:30. We'll do some of her bits before 8:30 as well. If you want early access to the bits, make sure to become a Liberal Dan Radio patron. Patreon.com/LiberalDan or Patreon.liberaldan.com will get you there as well. You can also support the show by Venmoing me at LiberalDan at Venmo, or just scan the QR code over there. Or you can also go to liberaldan.com, click the Buy Me a Cider button, or go to buymeacoffee.com/LiberalDanRadio. Either way, you can just do a one-time contribution to the show. I should give the PayPal link as well. The other thing you could do if you're watching, twitch.tv/LiberalDanRadio. That's my other Twitch account. Even though I'm not streaming there yet, I want to make sure that once I start streaming there, that I have enough, that I have the 50 subs, that I have the 50 followers that I need to get monetized. So I need 50 followers, and I'll need to have the hours watched. So if I get the 50 followers before I start the views, that would be a great start. So if anybody hasn't done it yet, I mean, I hadn't done it yet either. I just looked at my Nerdy Dan account and was like, oh, I need to go follow myself. So that was another one that I added on, but lots of people still have to do it, so I would appreciate if y'all would do it as well. So again, thank you all very much for showing up on the Monday. Appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your night, and hope to see you tomorrow night on Twitch and on Wednesday here back on Liberal Dan Radio on YouTube. Have a good one. Peace.
Are you done?
Well, actually, I should have started this music audio earlier because I should have said peace early because I should have done this music first. This is usually the outro music, so I messed that up a little bit. But anyway, again, also I'm on Liberal Dan. Also, if you follow all the social media, I forgot to mention the social medias. Liberal Dan Radio on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, here on YouTube. Also nerdydan.com, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube as well. So follow all the social media posts as well. Again, till Wednesday, this is Dan Zimmerman with Liberal Dan Radio. Talk from the left. That's right.
Well, dog. Liberal Dan Chopper City is back with another amazing deal for you. We've cut prices on all of last year's models, and in light of the recent Jason Aldean controversy, if you live in a town with a population under 50,000 and buy any of our models, we'll throw in a dozen bags of potatoes and a 10-gallon jug of cooking oil. We're calling it the Fry That in a Small Town Special. Hurry before supplies run out. So come down to Liberal Dan Chopper City and buy you a chopper today. Liberal Dan Chopper City is a fictional establishment, and according to my oldest son, French fries are a gift.